Welcome to Mo Talks, Jamil.
Hey, I'm Dylan.
Back again for a sporadic episode.
How are you doing, Dylan?
Yeah, I've been better. I'm currently having some painkillers because I have an infection, which is really painful. So that's why I'm not in the studio with Jamil and Mustafa today. But I hope you can excuse me for my infection. Yeah.
You up to?
Yeah, I'm just drinking some organic gut health drinks, some tea. Yeah, just trying to keep my hydration up and trying to eat slightly healthier than I usually do because I just want to get better now. I don't feel that well.
Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. How are you guys doing?
I thought with you, Jamil, before.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Had a good, nice, chill weekend. Watched a bit of football. Chelsea drawing against Wolves. Chris Palace. Home, so we the muck in. Cleaning. So, right, nice pizza on Saturday. Watched a bit of The Voice UK was back, so watched a bit of that. With pizza. What about you, Mustafa?
Life seems to be fairly inconsistent. I don't know, decent start to the week. A lot less busier than last week. Other sort of mitigating reasons which happened. I won't go too much into it. Last week was probably a lot quieter, but then it comes with its surprises like that. So, in fact, I'm still here. Obviously, talking to whoever's obviously watching this episode is a grateful blessing. That's all I can say on that basis.
Okay. So do you want to start with? We're talking about this episode. We're talking about reading books and stuff. Favorite books. Do you want to start off, Dylan?
Yeah, sure, I'd love to. Yeah, so my book is by Casey Means. She is a Stanford trained physician, amongst other things. She co-founded a company named Levels, which is a metabolic health company. And she provides a comprehensive guide to live a vibrant and energetic life, which I really resonate a lot with. So I want to start off by saying that I loved this one sentence that I researched by Casey Means, and I'll credit for my research from health.com, but I'll credit it in the comments below. Hello, Helena. Thanks for joining. So Casey Means says, excess weight is essentially a representation of the fact that because our body is not converting food to cellular energy effectively, it's going to store food as fat because that process of food energy is not working optimally. Whew, it's a mouthful. But yeah, this really resonates with me. As I carry some excess fat myself, which I've been trying to lose over some time. So yeah, I've now been reading this book by Casey Means to alarm myself and keep myself aware of the changes which I need to make to better my health, and fixate more on creating good energy through my diet, friends, family, and care more and more, self-care and more. There's 5 advice topics Casey Means gives advice on, which is the following. Number 1, nutrition. Number 2, mindfulness. Number 3, movement. Number 4, sleep. And number 5, connection. If you have any questions about those 5 main advice topics, please comment down below, as I would love to answer your questions as I've done a little bit of research on her book, and I started reading her first few pages. So yeah, it's quite interesting. I just did a summary on ChatGPT about her main advice topics, and then yeah, I can answer what I read from the book. I genuinely believe that Casey Means' work is excellent, and I think she's a role model of mine. Yeah, so I hope you have happy reading and enjoy Casey Means' good energy book. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And what was your favorite book from the past? What was the best book that you read so
I like Stephen Hawking's autobiography, Stephen Hawking's autobiography about his life. And also he has a book about, I think it's called like Space and Time or something. I really find it fascinating how someone with such a strong disability, or not strong disability, but such a hefty disability is like performing so well. Like, how is it possible? But it's all in the mind, I think, from what he says. But yeah, I really aspire to be like Stephen Hawking in his mannerisms, and yeah, that was a good book.
I'll have a look and have a look. And so do you drop it in the link below?
Yeah. So what about you, Jamil?
When I was younger, I read the Harry Potter series when I was little. I used to read it with my mum. I liked the first book, very good. And then started reading the series, and then it got rid loads of pages towards the end, toward like the series and stuff. But yeah, the first book was my favourite, and I quite like the writing about the Goblet of Fire in the fourth book, the tournament. I'm reading at the moment. I'm reading a detective book. I'm reading a detective book, Boris. It's about a detective called Cornwall, and basically one a detective, and his case, basically trying to expect to be in the position of the murder of a formal client. So I've been reading that. So and also I've been reading Elton John's autobiography. It's quite good. I got reading on Kindle. I usually read like and sometimes I read like as well, just to make sure that he's ready to go. Ready to go. And I find reading really like therapeutic. And, just
Yeah, reading is definitely therapeutic. I mean, you read quite a lot, so it's impressive, I guess. Like, I need to step up my reading. I find it hard to concentrate for a while, though. How do you find the concentration aspect of reading? And I'm aware we have some viewers, by the way.
Hello, Harry Savage. Says your channel is keep up the good work. I've been here since the start. Hello, Coco Beats. Hello, Nura Ali. Yeah. So, have you read a book?
Not that I'm aware of. Not obviously a very advocate reader of books. Really an advocate reader of many things. I mean, I don't like as a start. So to come across my personal experience of reading, it taught me mostly very little. There's not really a book out there that I can probably say that resonates with me. It does with both. Or like with this podcast, I'd love to like Jamil and Dylan. This would be nice to obviously find out that any of the viewers that have been watching. It would be nice to find out what would be your favorite book and what would be the one that would resonate with you the most. Because for me, there isn't many, if not any, books that probably resonate with me. So I can answer another question.
Was there any books in school, Dylan, that you liked when you were younger?
Of travel books, books about different countries, different cultures, art, anything very creative, anything with a lot of photos or pictures. Because as I recently discovered, I did a cognitive clinic just to improve some of my cognitive abilities or test them rather. And I discovered that pictures make me very emotional, especially seeing like comparing one picture with another picture. I get quite emotional, and it impacts my memory. Like it actually enhances my memory from what I perceive, but I may be wrong. So I like books with a lot of pictures. You can call me a child, but honestly, I just love pictures.
Yeah, it's good, like especially reading like an art book. It's nice to see the art.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to interact with our viewers? I don't know. I'm not sure. That's all I prepared for today.
But yeah, I'm reading. Do you read books on time, or do you read one book at a same one book at a time?
I used to read many books at the same time, especially like self-care books, self-help books. But then I went through this weird phase where, well, I mean, I had psychosis in 2022, straight after I read all these books. So I'm just trying to read one book at a time for now, and just focus on like the content and trying to learn something from one book rather than learn a lot of books, because I just just got a lot of like trauma from reading a lot of books, to be honest. Yeah, but each to their own. I'm not saying that that's what will happen to you, and I'm not like trying to convince you or something. I'm not like indirect about it.
I sometimes read a day book, so like a autobiography or like history book or something like that in the daytime, and then at night time I read like a different type of book.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you told the psychologists we interviewed. You told them about that, and they were like, "Wow, that's so clever. I've never thought about doing that."
It's all about the brain being working with like a history book or like an autobiography book, and it's like figure out the words and stuff. And then in the evening, I read like a book that's not how to think.
Yeah. So I'm aware that someone in the comments, Nimra, says that she's 21 and people think she's dumb. Do you have anything to say about that, Jamil?
I'll jump in on this. Excuse me. Right. When it comes to people making very self-judgmental or judgmental comments by people that you probably come across, no matter what age, background, color, religion, people. I find that people like Nimrod probably mention it in the comments below, whether if it is on 2 people, 7 people, 10 people, including us 3. I find that very admirable, very brave, and also at a time where it's quite scary to a degree to obviously open up to 3 complete strangers. To a degree, I find that very, very brave. Nimrod, you haven't quite understood yet what your contribution to society is. Because people will put you a label and that will put you down for it, that is clear enough to jealousy. I know on their side. What I would say is keep finding questions and answer them. And when you find the answers to them, it's not going to be a battle that you're going to find overnight, because I think we all are. I connect with myself, not the finished article. We all aren't. What you do have amongst myself, especially, you have at least got a couple of years less life experience than probably most people, I think, would have in this temp industry. But I find that, and I'm just going to make a comment, not because I specifically the few other people call me dumb. I would just cut them off completely. Because if they're just saying for the sake of putting you down, they're not genuine people. So I think that answers your question for you. Any bit of bad energy that is around you, because they're not in your best interest, that obviously helps. That's all I can jump in on that.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you really resonate with Nimra. Seems like you really resonate with her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. I'm sure everyone's been called dumb at least once.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you might not be making mistakes, which means you might not be trying. I don't know. That's just my perspective as well.
Mm-hmm.
But on way of time, do you think we should call it a podcast and we can come back to this topic another time?
Certainly. To obviously conclude, thank you for the viewers obviously watching as always. Keep watching. It's the fact I'm obviously not here. These two fine gentlemen have been keeping me going as they have done. Please leave a comment down below. Anything that they can improve, any questions you'd like to ask, any problems that you've got, please put them down. We will take notice of them. We will respond back accordingly and sort of just try and help you as much as possible. But please, every single one of you that do watch this, you're not alone. We're all fighting battle. And it's important that we continue to keep going, because that's all we can do. And that's all from me. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, like, subscribe, share to our channel, Mosaic Clubhouse. Thank you very much, Dylan,
Yeah, of course. Thanks, Jamil.
and thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye.
Cheers. Thanks for listening to Mo Talks.